Good morning, everybody. Happy hump day. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. It is, believe it or not, it's raining again. It looks like we've got about another, I don't know, day and a half or so of soggy weather, and then maybe we'll get a little break. So, just trying to make the best of it. It's all we can do. At least it's not, it's not pouring down and storms. And the good thing is, at least in my opinion, it's cooler. And a lot, when it gets cooler, then there's no, um, well, I won't say there's no chance, but less chance of, thunderstorms and tornadoes and stuff like that. So I'd rather have it cool. I always feel better if it's a little bit cool and don't worry about the tornadoes and stuff. But man, there's still, what a mess in Nashville. I feel so bad for those folks up there. Um, I don't know what, I think the death toll is up to like 21 or something like that now. It's not a good situation up there. Let's see who we got in the chat over here. We've got a bunch of folks, looks like, and I'm way behind. So let's see if we can run down these here. We got Troy Pritchard, happy. How'd I get that? I'm reading backwards. Good morning, everybody. Thumbs up. Happy hump day. Good morning to you, Troy. Wilson Rubottom says, good morning, Troy. Good morning, all. Thumbs up. Good morning, sir. Hope you're doing well. Paul Stewart's in the house this morning. How you doing, Paul? Larry Galt, rainy day today, but forecast looks great in the coming days. Yep. Happy hump day to you, Larry. Steve Gronsky's in the house. Says, good morning. 50 degrees today. Expected to stay in mid 50s. Thumbs up. Welcome to Wonderful Wednesday. They're all pretty good, I guess. Earl Walker's in the house this morning. Everyone, 36 degrees, high of 43, rain this afternoon, and thumbs up. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ronald Cool's in the house. He says, good morning, all. Good morning to you, Ronald. Hobby Woodshop, morning, folks. Expecting a high of 87 down here in Central Florida. Wow, 87. That's summertime weather there. Dwayne's in the house over on Facebook. He says, good morning, all. Happy hump day, 1 degree, going to be +7. Well, that's better than +6, isn't it? LB Sharp says, good morning, all. 49 degrees here in Geronimo, Oklahoma. Charles Steed, good rainy hump day. Yep, definitely rainy. Kevin L. still keeping his streak alive. Good morning to you, Kevin. Clyde Labonte's here. Says good morning. Landis Stute says good morning, all. Viewing from hospital room with my son today. Well, I hope hope everything's going okay, Landis. Let's see. Let's see. There's old Janet. She says, morning, beautiful people. Good morning to you, Janet. Hope you're doing okay today. Yeah, a lot of prayers going out for the folks in Nashville for sure. Ryan Ballard's here. Good morning, Dave and the locals. The locals. Hitch Hamilton's here. Says, morning, everybody. 75 degrees in foggy Southwest Florida. Janet says, did your friend Travis post safe? Yes, he did. And for those of you who don't know, I'm talking about Travis Boland, who is a fantastic blues musician. He's, I think he describes, I'm trying to think of how he says it. I think he says he's a young white guy singing a black man's blues or something like that. But fantastic guitar player, and he plays a lot of cigar box stuff. He comes to the festivals and stuff. I've posted stuff, um, videos of seeing just great all around young man too. So yeah, he did post that he was safe, but he was pretty close to where all that stuff hit. Klondike's in the house. Good morning. George H. Rothfuss is in the house. Good morning, George. Mike Sills. Good morning, sir. And just like that, I'm caught up with the chat. I guess the big news this morning is Joe Biden was the big winner in Super Tuesday or Super Thursday, whichever one he thinks it is. Yeah, it looks like he won. Looks like Bernie won some of the big ones. He won California, no surprise there. In his home state of Vermont, no big surprise there. And I think he won Utah and Colorado. And I think Bernie pretty much got all the rest of them except Mike Bloomberg won the American Samoa. So I don't know how that's going to affect anything because, I don't know. I don't really know why Elizabeth Warren's still hanging around. It is kind of weird, though, when you think about it, that they're always saying, we're tired of these old rich white guys running things. And then look who's left. 3 old rich white guys. So, anyhow. Yeah, Mike Bloomberg will probably hang around because he's got plenty of money to blow. He's blown so much money. And I saw something they were talking about how many millions he had spent. And then he finished below 15%, so he didn't even get any delegates out of it. He just spent that money for nothing. So, anyway, politics is a funny thing, isn't it? Stock market didn't do well yesterday. It did great Monday, and I didn't look to see I think it was down about 800 points. So it was up almost 1,300 on Monday and then went back down about 800 and some yesterday, I think. So everything's back on sale. Buy. But yeah, all that mess will get straightened out. It's funny how that will jump because people panic about it. Because one person says something or does something. It's crazy. It's crazy. At least to me it is. But anyway, well, I was going to say the boys are right here, but Rocky's got up and left again. Jack's still sitting here. You can probably hear him slurping down there. He's trying to clean himself off or something. I don't know what he's doing. He makes a lot of noise doing it. Troy Pritchard. I saw you were in the chat last night with Laney Shaughnessy doing those quarter boards. Did you enjoy that? I certainly did. In fact, I didn't even know what the heck a quarter board sign was. But I do now. And Laney's kind of inspired me. I want to make one now. I don't know what I'll put on it, but just try to make one. I think they're cool. And for those of you who don't know who I'm talking about, Laney Shaughnessy, he popped in here yesterday. He does I guess it's a weekly thing. Sometimes it's not always on the same day, but I think most of the time he tries to go for Tuesday. But it's a live stream where he's training on different things with Vectric Pro or Aspire and stuff like that. But Really good. And I like it because it's live. They're a little long. This one last night ran about 3 hours, I think. So grab a cup of coffee and a sandwich and sit down and watch it. But it's neat seeing it done live instead of just watching a video, seeing somebody do it. He actually does it live, so you get to see the simulations, and you get to see if he makes a mistake too. You know, no editing those out when you're doing a live. But I really enjoyed that. I think I'm going to try to do a quarter board. I didn't even know what the heck they were. But if you didn't get a chance to see that and you're a CNC person, go check it out because it'll be. Oh, and I should say it's not Laney's regular YouTube channel, which I don't think he's put anything on there for about 3 years. But it's on the Spindle TV is what it's called. So that's the YouTube channel, Spindle TV. So Dwayne's got a sharp eye, doesn't he? He says, I see the red ball. That's it. That's the magic ball right back there. Landis says, see that they are locking up face masks here, I guess at the hospital, as people are stealing them. Saw on eBay where they are selling them. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, there's, thanks, Troy. That's Laney's, that's a YouTube channel. And he does this every week. He's got a ton of good stuff on there. So if you're a CNC person, guy or gal, you need to check him out. Does awesome stuff. Keith Stanford's in the house. Says he's a little late today, but that's okay. We've only been here a few minutes. Dwayne says, have you ever made a float picture frame? I'm not. I'd have to look up exactly what that is, because I may have made one and just didn't know what it was called. There's that old snowbird down there in Orange Beach, Alabama. How you doing, Jim? I saw you watching Laney a little bit last night too. That was a good thing he did last night. I enjoyed that. Ryan says, wife comes home from vacation tonight. I guess I should clean up the house today. Yeah, you might want to think about that. Might want to. I vacuumed the other day. I do it every, 2 or 3 months, whether it needs it or not. But I did do that. Went and bought groceries yesterday too. I said I was going to do that Monday, and I talked myself out of it. Then I went and did it yesterday. I had to grab the little sandy wipe things when you go in the door to wipe the handle of the shopping cart. Which, you see everybody doing that now, but I've always done that. I guess I'm a germaphobe or something, but I can just always picture some little kid with the snot nose, sitting in that seat thing, and that's the card I get when I come in. So yeah, I've always looked for those things and grab one and wipe that handle off before I start pushing it around. And then wash my hands really good when I get home. When y'all go to the grocery store, do y'all get paper or plastic? Have I asked that before? I may have asked that before. Let's see. Clyde says, I hardly watch regular TV anymore. YouTube addicted. Yeah. It's hard to find something good on TV. The regular network stuff. I watch way, way too much YouTube than I should probably. But getting an update here from Ryan on the skunk collar update. He says he gave up and ordered a new one. Did you even try the uh, what was it they were saying? Tomato juice or something? Um, Troy says, "Yep, between Laney and Mark Lindsay, they cover just about everything Vector." Yeah, it's, and I like that it's a different thing because Laney's live doing it, and Mark's a recorded video, and then of course he does the live like 8 hours after the video comes out or something. Um, if there's any questions, he'll answer those live. But yeah, I like I said, I've known Laney a long time. He's a good guy, and I love trying to learn from him on some of that stuff because he does stuff. He's been, I've probably been doing Vectric longer than he has, but he does all kinds of stuff because he has to demonstrate those machines, the digital wood carver. I just use it to do the little piddly stuff I do. So he knows a whole lot more about that than I do. And I always learn something watching him. So really enjoy those. J Fabrication says, I use cloth bags. I have a whole bunch of those too. Yeah, with the hard bottoms. I bet I have 15 of those things. But so many times it's hard for me to get motivated to go to the grocery store because I hate going so much. And then I'll get over there and I'm like, I left all those bags at the house. So, but I don't like those little plastic things. So I asked for paper yesterday. I said, y'all still got paper bags? She said, yeah. And then she hesitated. She goes, would you like those? And I'm thinking, well, yeah, that's kind of why I asked. But yeah, I got all paid. And you know what? And the gal that was bagging them, I guess. I told her, I said, just fill them up. Those things, they're stronger than a little plastic bag. I said, fill them up, and that way you don't have to make as many trips from the car when you get home. And plus, to me, of those bags too, even though they're not like what Johnny was talking about, the cloth bags with the hard bottom, they stand up better than if they bagged them right, they stand up better. But yeah, I get tired of those little bags because by the time I get, and I mean, Publix is less than a mile down the road. By the time I get home, something's fell over and all the stuff's come out. They slide around, and then they'll give you like 25 of them, Whereas I think I had like 4. I think there was 4 paper bags I had yesterday. And if that had been plastic bags, there'd have been 20 or 25 of them because they put, you get bananas, they put bananas in there. Don't put nothing else in there. And for some reason, they think that you can't put dog treats and human stuff in the same thing. It's all sealed up. That bag doesn't know whether it's human or dog treat. Throw it all in there together. I don't want to make 11 trips from the car. So anyhow, you can see I get wound up talking about going grocery shopping. Dwayne says, I don't know what you pay for groceries, but in Cornwall, Ontario, I bought cat treats, coffee flavor. Well, I don't buy cat treats. I don't have a cat. I don't even have a neighbor's cat anymore, which is I kind of hate. Not that I like the cat, but if you're going to have a cat, it's good to have a neighbor's cat that just, well, of course they do poop in your yard and stuff, but you don't have to worry about any little critters. At least that cat, because that cat wasn't that they had over there. They mistreated that kid. Stayed outside all the time. Poor thing. You'd be seeing it out in the middle of the cul-de-sac. Because there's one spot where when it rains, there's a little puddle collection. You'd see it out there drinking water. I don't think they didn't treat it very well. And of course, when they got run out of there, They must have taken the cat with them. I was hoping they would leave it behind. I'd start leaving something out for it. But I think they must have took it. Troy's had a question here. How many people get their milk put in a bag? It depends on what kind of bag. If I remember to take my cloth bags, I usually tell them, and I get tea too. I buy the Publix tea. I always buy 2 gallons at a time because it goes faster in here. But I'll always tell them, they'll say, "You want these in a bag?" I said, "Heck yeah, put them in a bag. It'll hold it." But if it's those little plastic bags, I always say, "No, just leave it like it is." And yesterday, since I had since I was getting paper, I didn't have them bag it. But Ryan says milk has a handle, no bag. Troy says they always ask, and I do not. J Fabrication says one of my first jobs was a bagger. I always go back to my roots and bag myself. No cleaning supplies with food, no heavy stuff on my eggs and bread. Yeah, I get that stuff. The eggs and the bread and stuff you got to be careful with. But and I guess maybe that's the way they train baggers, to keep that stuff separate. But for me, I'm not that picky. I'd rather have a box of dog milk bones in with something else I'm getting than to have 2 bags to carry in. So, but that's just me. Yeah. Dwayne says flavor and sandwich meat and eggs cost $33. Killing us up here. Well, you can get you some backyard chickens. I may get me some more chickens. I had backyard chickens. Had 3 at one time, and man, when they were in their prime, they put out. I gave away more eggs than I ate myself. And then I had 2 of them die. They don't last. Chickens don't last very long. They get old and they're gone. But I had one that just hung around, and she hung around probably about almost a year longer than the other 2. But she finally passed away in the last year, so I may try to get some more this spring. Janet says mashing my bread is a big pet peeve. Yeah, nothing's worse than getting home and unpacking your groceries and finding out your bread's got a big dent in it or something, because you can't get it out. Once it's in there, it's in there. Awesome Wood Thing says Costco equal no bags at all. #winning. I don't shop at Costco. I don't think I ever have shopped at Costco, so I wouldn't know how that works. George says he has switched back to paper bags. Yeah. Michael Castle says, I got a lady at church who makes yarn from plastic bags, then knits a bag from it. Chickens eat all the bugs. Yes, they do. They love bugs. They absolutely love bugs. And I tell you something else chickens love. I used to go in there because I had, I had like a, I don't know, it's probably 8x8 or maybe a 10x10 pen. Well, they just picked that thing clean in no time. But I'd go in there every once in a while. And of course, they poop everywhere. But so I'd go in there with a shovel, and when they see me coming with a shovel, it's like, ooh, we're going to get some good stuff. Because I'd take the shovel and just stick it in there and turn it over. And they'd almost get in the way. I'd almost chop their head off with the shovel because They're going crazy trying because they love them earthworms and all kinds of little bugs and slugs and whatever else is it. When you turn turn some dirt over, they love that. Yeah, and those mealworms, which are the dried worms, they make big bags of them. You buy at Tractor Supply. That's like the best treat ever for a chicken. They love that. They'll follow you anywhere if you drop those on the ground. They'd follow you anywhere with those. Ryan says 33 Canadian is like 7 US. Yeah, I guess. I don't know what the exchange rate is now. Let's see. Dwayne says they charge us for bags, 10 cents per bag. Okay. Plastic bags cost you 5 cents a piece here. So I guess that's to try to get you to bring in a pillowcase or something to put your groceries in. Janet says, so if you get more chickens, will they be the Dixie Chicks 2.0? I don't know. It's funny because jokingly, I had 3 chickens, so I called them the Dixie Chicks, and I called them what is it, Natalie? I can't even think of their names now. Natalie was the mouthy one. That's weird. I can't even think of the other 2 names. Janet, if you know them, put them in there. But anyway, once they get big, I couldn't tell which one's which. When they were still not fully grown, I kind of said, okay, well, you can be this one and you can be that one. But then once they got fully grown, I'm like, well, I don't know why I bother trying to name them because I can't tell which one's which. So then, like I said, 2 of them died, and then one hung on for like another year, and I had no idea which one she was. So. Michael says, I've never seen so many flies than at a chicken farm. Yeah, I didn't have flies so much, but I only had 3, and 3 make enough poop for me. Wilson said he's got to run. All right, have a good one, Wilson. Thank you for the thumbs up. I'll be right behind you here. I will be right behind you. Janet doesn't know the names either. Let me think about that. Let's see if I Google that because that'll bug me now. I just know that Natalie is like the one that got him in trouble. Let's see who they are. I should know them. Marty, yeah, Marty was one. Emily's one, and Natalie. That's who it is. Yeah. Yeah. You don't hear much about them anymore. I guess they're still touring and stuff, but people still haven't got over what she said way back when George W. was. And what's funny is, and let's think about this for a minute. If y'all remember what got all that mess, basically what happened. Now, let's be honest with ourselves. Basically, what happened is she spoke her mind. And now, a few years later, people will say, well, you can't say what's on your mind now because, it's not politically correct or anything like that. But you may not have agreed with what she said. A lot of people didn't. But I agreed with her right to say it. If I don't like it, well, I can just say, okay, I don't agree with you. But man, people went crazy. And see, now we talk about, and I say we, I'm talking to conservatives. Now we blame the left for that very same thing. If a conservative says something in the left, like some of these guys that go to these colleges that, want to do a speech and they're conservative speaker and then the left will protest and then they'll shut them down. They won't get. So I don't know. I thought that was kind of a bad deal for them. But yeah, people that, radio stations wouldn't play them. They tried their best to put them out of business. So this is awesome right here. Tell Danny I said, hey, Teresa, good to see you on here. Hope Danny's doing well. It was so awesome to get to see him, at least the Friday night thing at the reunion. I hope he's doing well. Gene Cope's in the house. How you doing, Gene? Good to see you, buddy. Old Ray Whitaker slipped in here too. Shouldn't you be, out doing something for Danville? Try to give old Ray a hard time. All righty. Well, I heard my little timer go off. Let's see. Did I make anybody mad talking about my... Yeah. You're going to see some flies when you got a football field full of chickens. That's a little different than my little thing of 3 chickens. All right. Well, I'm going to get out of here. I got work to do. It'll be indoor work today since it's going to rain for another day and a half. But anyhow, everybody have an awesome day. Have a good Wednesday, good hump day, all that stuff. And if you're not doing anything tomorrow morning, get you a cup of coffee. Come hang out with me at the coffee sessions. See y'all.